This path has never been about your specific person. Hi, I'm Amy, and welcome to my channel. Here we discuss spirituality and psychology so you can manifest your dream relationship. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how the spiritual path has never actually been about your specific person or your relationship. And I often speak to people, myself included. I got into this, about 7 or 8 years ago, where I got into the law of attraction. And maybe you discovered these teachings after a bad breakup, or maybe you were dumped and you had no control. And the law of attraction teachings give you kind of a full sense of control that I can have anything I want. I can be specific about what I want. And it kind of leads you down this rabbit hole of control. And the reason for this is because the idea of controlling everything really does speak to the ego. Because if you're telling ego that it has control over everything, it is going to cling on to that like no one's business. And that is exactly what happened to me. And I would get into all of the teachings that told me that, how to change them, how to get them to show up differently, what to affirm, what techniques to use. And I really was in the belief that, the relationship, the desire for the relationship, is so I can heal, is so we can heal and grow each other. And I had coaching that really encouraged this as well. And I was really stuck in a loop of having him, then losing him, then blaming myself, then coming up with another technique, winning him back, and then the same thing happening over and over and over again, which I know that is happening to some of you guys out there. And maybe you've come to a point where you're thinking, maybe I don't want this person, maybe I'm just doing this because I want the success at the end of it. And I'm not saying that is you, I'm just saying, as an example, why we follow the specific person journey. But actually what it's doing is it's hiding the truth of the point of the actual journey or path. So why does this happen? Well, there's two main reasons why this happened. One reason could be is that you don't feel whole and complete in yourself. So the desire for a specific person is to fill some sort of void within you that you subconsciously don't believe that you can fill yourself. And I know this might sound unsatisfying, and I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that you shouldn't have relationships. In fact, you should want relationships because it's human nature. It's primal to want to relate to each other. We're tribe creatures. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't want a relationship. However, what you don't want is a relationship that's got a really unhealthy attachment, that's coming from the wrong place, that's coming from a place where I need this person to fulfill me. Because that's one of ego's huge beliefs. Ego will never believe that it's complete. Ego will never ever believe that you are already fulfilled, because all it sees is lack. And when you perceive lack of love in your life, what the subconscious mind does is it focuses on the thing that it thinks will fulfill it, that will give it relief, that will finally make it feel loved, wanted, secure. So what ego's game is here is to hide the truth from you. And the truth of this is that you are on a spiritual path. You are growing and you are starting to understand, the ways of the universe, the ways of God. And the desire in itself for a specific person is a desire to know God, is a desire to feel the love that you already are, is a desire to feel the fulfillment that you already have, the abundance that you have. And in reality, a specific person is not going to fulfill you in the long run. You might get moments of gratitude, you might get moments of feeling in love, but that's not the truth of what love is. You've been taught and conditioned to think that this is what love is, because the only love that is real is the love that you truly are. The only love that actually exists is the love that you already are. And yes, relationships are there as your mirror. Relationships are there to heal you. Just because that relationship's healing for you and helping you grow does not mean that this is the person for you. So if it is that you've reached sort of the end of the line with somebody and you are grappling with somebody else's ego, beliefs, attachment styles, and if you're grappling with that and feeling like you are dragging somebody up a hill, this is a real call for you to come back to yourself, because relationships don't need to be this hard. They don't need to be this struggle. And sometimes the most loving thing that you can do with somebody is let them go. And this video isn't to cause anxiety in you. You can absolutely still use the techniques to, get your specific person. It's not down to me to say that this person isn't the one for you. They might be. But what I am saying is look at and really sit with the real reason why you are doing this. Is it that you're trying to get something from that person? Is it that you're trying to fulfill a need from that person? Why don't you think that you can be absolutely fine all by yourself? And really consider what this journey is telling you. Really consider the truth of why you have this desire in the first place. And I know that there's teachings out there that say you don't need a reason why you need this desire. But again, it's just ego's way of hiding the truth from you. Because if it is that you are desperately seeking love outside of you, you are never ever going to be satisfied. Because the only love that is going to satisfy you is God's love. Because that kind of love does not go away. It stays. It's not going to abandon you. It's not going to judge you. It's not going to break up with you. It's not going to run off with somebody else. That is the only love that you can possibly access that is certain, that makes you feel supported, that makes you feel like you're worthy of all that you are. So if it is that you're on this journey and you're making this journey all about the specific person, then you are missing the point of this path. You are missing the point of this journey, because the journey is always about coming back to who you are. And it's the same with money, for example. The desire for money is really the desire for abundance. And again, you come back to who you truly are, that is already abundant, and that is reflected out, because you start seeing life through that lens rather than through ego's lens, which will only ever see lack. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you need any help, pop a comment below and I will do my best to answer it, but I will see you in the next video.